What's up, guys? It's Budget EDCer here, and this is going to be my first sharpening video. This is kind of going to be a review on the Smith's Precision Sharpening System. Sorry if I'm kind of talking funny. I've got a dip in right now, and it's kind of hard to talk, but I really want to do this video, so I'm going to do it. I picked the Smith's Sharpening System up at Walmart for about $20. It's supposed to be a consistent angle sharpener. And it is that, I'll give it that much, but as you can see here, my coarse stone broke, and I don't know if I can glue it back on there and keep the same angle. So what I've been doing is just freehand sharpening with these stones, just holding the coarse stone like this, and holding the fine stone like this. I had a request to do this video from one of my friends on Instagram, so I figured I would do it. His main question was how to get a mirror edge like I put on my Benchmade Rift. I'm going to see if I can try to get the mirror edge in the video. Yeah, you can see it really well right there. It's just reflecting everything off of the bottle. It does that all the way down the blade. Now, the way I did that using this sharpening system, which is nothing special, honestly. It's really cheap. It's just a basic coarse and fine stone. I don't use the rod or really the angle, the consistent angle part. I used to, but on some knives it didn't actually match up to the angle, because one problem I had with this is it only has two holes to put your guide rods in. A 25 degree and a 20 degree. The 20 degree is supposed to be for kitchen knives, and the 25 degree is for sporting knives like the Rift, maybe my Leatherman, or anything else that would be considered a pocket knife. Well, the problem with that was my Gerber 06 came with a 30 degree, and when I tried to reprofile it, I ended up messing up the first edge a little bit. Still cuts things fine, and it still has a bit of a mirror polish on it. But I decided I was going to try freehand sharpening, and I found it wasn't actually that hard. What I do to start with is I take some of the Smith's honing solution that came with this set, just put a little bit on the stone. I guess I'll do a little here just to show you. Put it on there. Smear it all over the stone. Now, this is going to be hard for me to do through the viewfinder, but you're just going to do that. Try to keep with the original angle as much as possible, and that'll give you a really good usable edge. I usually resharpening, I do that about 10 times on each side. Now, when I just do that, I do not get a mirror polish. I don't get anywhere near a mirror polish. So, how I get my mirror polish, I'll show you right now. Just let me get all this stuff out of the way and bring it in. Just get this stuff out of the viewfinder. An old leather belt that I found in my closet. I actually did some research on this belt after I had cut the end off of it, drilled a new hole to attach it to the wall, or not the wall, my bedpost, so I could pull it taut and use it as a strap. This is actually like a $150 belt, and I'm kind of disappointed that I did this to it, but one thing that I can say is it's a really high quality leather. It's not going to degrade much from stropping. You can see a few nicks in it where I've slipped with my Tontos, like this one right here, which I also got a pretty decent edge on using the two things I just showed you, this belt and the fine stone. And you're just going to try to keep with the original angle. Now, it honestly doesn't matter much if you keep it with the original angle, because this isn't rigid enough to mess up your angle like a sharpening stone per se is. But it will polish and remove any burrs from the edge. And last night I spent about 2 hours stropping this, which is probably overkill way overkill. I've stropped it about 3 times today, but I wanted to see just how mirrored I could get it. And this is, I don't want to say a better edge than Benchmade put on it, but that's exactly what it is. It's a better edge. So to strop it, I usually have this attached to something and I pull it taut, and then just do this. Now, you can honestly probably get a decent mirror edge doing it about 10-15 times on each side. I like to do it a little bit more than that, but that's just overkill. But this system works for me. It's an extremely budget-friendly system. It may not be as precise as a Spyderco Sharp Maker. I know it's not as precise as, say, a Wicked Edge system or an Edge Pro Apex. But I'm going to get some paper right quick and show you just how sharp of an edge it is. Alright, piece of notebook paper. It's got some drawing on it I did a while back. That wasn't very good, but I'm not doing it very well in the video because I can't actually look at what I'm doing. I'm just looking through the viewfinder, so it is a lot sharper than I can show you on camera. Let me try to get a better angle with this. Oh, I see what drawing this is now. It's an old Punisher drawing I did. But there we go. That's a little bit better. There we go. Extremely sharp, extremely usable. Now, I don't know how this is going to stand up to wear and use this edge. I'm afraid it might be a little too fine. But if that happens, worst case scenario, I just resharpen it. One thing I do want to throw in is that using the fine stone, like I said I was, just freehanding it, I did encounter a couple of problems. I'm sorry for the shaky camera. I've actually got my phone plugged up to the computer right now and it's off to the side and I keep hitting the cord with my hand. But when I was sharpening like this, away from myself, sometimes I would run off the stone and I kept scratching up right there. You can see I've got some pretty deep gouges in that. I don't know how I can get it out with this being a satin blade. I'm thinking about trying some Scotch Brite or some, I don't know, really high grit sandpaper. I am going to pick up some 2000 grit sandpaper, see if I can get this to any higher of a polish. But honestly, I'm really happy with this edge. It's the best edge I've ever put on a knife personally. And even though the Smith's sharpening kit isn't the highest quality, for the price it is, I cannot say many bad things about it other than the fact that my coarse stone broke. But that could always just be a one-time defect that doesn't run throughout the products. So if you're wanting to get a mirror edge, my advice to you is use a pretty fine stone and use a strop. You don't really need stropping compound. If you're going to get really into mirror edge knives, yeah, a stropping compound will do you good. But if you're just a casual knife user, which I think I'm past that point now, but if you are, this will do fine for you, and this will put an edge on a knife that you won't be afraid to put anything to. This is Budget EDCer, signing off.